the Sin City Classic, the 18th annual Sin City Classic. We're in the Ken Scarce Memorial Studio here at Sunset Park, field number 12. We have a game here between the ATX Fusion out of Austin, Texas, and the LA Roughnecks. The first pitch of the game to Craig Dorman is bounced to the third baseman and off his. And the batter will be Tim Pruitt. This is a team I know a whole lot about. I'm Rich Siegel along with Dr. Joel Tremblay. And the first pitch to Pruitt is a strike. Our on-site engineer is Mitch Barnes. Technical assistance today again provided by Roman Jimenez and Justin Kagiwa. There was a bouncing ball fielded by the second baseman. Flips it short for one. Over to first and a double play. And that'll bring up Seth Henderson. He is the third baseman for this team. And the first pitch to him is a ball. He'll be followed by Nathan Garland. Roughnecks just won a very close game, scoring 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th to defeat the Norfolk Gunners 11-10, so they move through the losers bracket. There's a bouncing ball fielded by the pitcher, tosses to first, and that is a very quick inning here as they only send 3 men to the plate, 1-3 on that putout. We go to the bottom of the first, and it's nothing for the
We're here in this company to make the world a better place, and we like to think we're doing it through Tito's Handmade Vodka.
The pitcher for the ATX Fusion is Brian Ritter. This is a team comprised of a few players from the actual ATX Fusion team and some from the Chanclas, another D-Division team in Austin. And if you don't mind, Joel, I'm going to take a personal privilege here and say a special hello to all of my friends back in Austin, and a special one to one of the players who did not make the trip out here, and that's my good friend Brian Cash. Brian, hello to you.
I think that is great, Rich. We want people to do those shout-outs, and so for any of you who are watching, either on the Sin City Classic YouTube or Facebook page, please let other people know that your friends and your family are playing. Let other people get this chance to watch them, and let us know who you're rooting for, who you want to give a shout-out to in the comments and the chats on those feeds.
Kathy Spencer from Atlanta, Georgia is our home plate umpire for this game, and she's ready to play in the bottom of the first, and so are we. There is a fly ball hit out into left field, and the catch is made out in left field by Craig Dorman off the bat of Luis Cepeda. And that is out number 1 here in the bottom of the first, and that'll bring up Jesse Scott.
Kathy looks like she's working alone today, but often works with her son, who is also an umpire.
I think they did a game on Friday together when we were up at, when we were here over in another field. First pitch to Jesse Scott is a strike, and here comes the next delivery by Brian Ritter. And he swings and lines one in the left field. That's a base hit, fielded by Dorman cleanly, gets the ball back in, and it's a runner at first base. He will stay at first base, and 1 out for Javi Torres, the right center fielder. The catcher for the ATX Fusion is Tyler Halverson. First pitch to Javi Torres is a strike called. And the next one is inside. It is now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Torres 3 for 3 in that last game with 2 runs scored.
There's a swing and a fly ball head out into left center field. Ranging over to his right to make the catch is Tim Pruitt. That's out number 2 here, and we'll bring up Victor Armente.
And unfortunately, we have not seen these Austin Fusion before, so we don't have their last games. But because we just did the Roughnecks last game as our last broadcast, we can tell you a little bit of information about who the hot hitters are.
First pitch to Mente is a strike called. And the next one, he swings and hits one in the air to right field. Right fielder draws the beat on it, makes the one-handed catch out in right field, and that ends the inning. That's Greg Rousey out in right field. So 1 hit and 1 left, 3 outfield outs in the inning. We go to the top of the second, and it is 0-0 between the ATX Fusion and the LA Roughnecks here on the Cloud Sports Network.
And that was a quick start to the game. We'll take a minute here to tell you about some of the rules for this game that you're watching. This is an Open D division game, and that means a couple things. The main thing it means is there should be no balls hit over the fence. If it goes over the fence, it is actually an inning-ending out. Otherwise, same rules as a lot of the other divisions that you may have seen watching our broadcast. The batters are going to start with a 1-1 count. There is no courtesy foul, so if you hit a foul ball once you have 2 strikes, you are going to be out. The ball should come over the plate at least 6 feet high, no higher than 12 feet high in the umpire's estimation. If it's too high or too low, you may hear the umpire call it illegal or see her arm go out in a horizontal bar. And you get 1 courtesy runner per inning. You can use anybody for that. If you see another run change, it might be because of a PIP player, and that has to be the last out of the inning.
Nathan Garland to lead off in the second inning, and he lines one into left field for a base hit. Bobbled briefly in the outfield by the left fielder, Zepeda, but no advancement by Garland, and so a leadoff batter here draws the first hit of the inning, and that'll bring up Tom Barnett, the shortstop. First pitch to him. He goes after the first one, grounds one to the second baseman. Over to short for 1, over to first, not in time. Safe at first, and so the force out is 4-6. Garland is forced at second base. That second baseman out there for the Roughnecks fields his position very well. That's Raul Longoria. The batter will be George Romo. George is playing second base in this game. He'll sometimes pitch for this team, and he takes the first pitch for a ball. It's 2 balls and 1 strike, and the on-deck circle is Aaron Hackney. And the pitch, George swings, and he grounds one to the second baseman underneath his glove and on into shallow right field for a hit.
Rich, I think you jinxed him.
I might have done that. Totally unintentional. Aaron Hackney, the batter, with a runner in scoring position and 1 out in the top of the second inning. He, the first baseman on this team. Greg Rousey, the right fielder, moves into the on-deck circle. And the first pitch to Hackney is a ball. Pitch was a little low for a ball. There is a pop-up on the infield. Infield fly rule is in effect. Shortstop makes the catch, and that's out number 2 for Greg Rousey.
And what that means, the umpire called the infield fly rule. If there are runners on first and second or first, second, and third, the umpire can just call the out. Means the runner's out. The runners can advance at their own peril, and both of them chose to stay put on that play.
And the first pitch to Greg Rousey is outside for a ball.
What's nice is that Kathy Spencer called it clearly. The hardest thing is when you don't know if you're under that rule or not.
There is a fly ball hit out into left field. Left fielder has the ball drop in front of him for a hit. A run will score, however, as Tom Barnett scores the first run of the game, and the ATX Fusion take the early lead here in the top of the second. It's 1-0 on an RBI single by Greg Rousey, and on the play, the courtesy runner at second base. First pitch to Brian Ritter, the pitcher, is a strike called. I believe that's Dane Smith running for George Romo. There's a bouncing ball back to the pitcher. On his knees, he throws to first, and the out is made, and the inning is over. 1 run did score, though, for ATX here in the top of the second inning. They take the lead as we go to the bottom of the second. Our score is now the ATX Fusion 1 and the LA Roughnecks 0 here on the Cloud Sports Network.
And we are going to tell you about another one of our great sponsors, and that is Lexus. Designed to seamlessly blend eye-catching design with an exhilarating performance and dynamic styling, Lexus has been proud to support the Sin City Classic with its series of brands for 18 years running. Rich, you and I talked about this a little bit yesterday. This is the 18th Sin City Classic. Been going on a long time, as you say. Usually, for most people, the opening tournament of the year, coming out here for great fun. I believe it started as just softball, but now, as we've talked about before, tons of sports here. Football, another big one. Kickball, big. Pickleball, big. We see other things, card games, cheerleading. I saw the darts competition on Facebook. It's kind of fun to just watch the Facebook and other feeds and see everything that's going on here in Vegas this weekend.
All right, Brian Ritter tosses the first pitch in the bottom of the second to Raul Longoria, and it's a strike called. The next one is lined down the right field line. That is a fair ball. It'll go to the corner, but Longoria will hold at first base, and it's a leadoff single here in the bottom of the second, and will bring up Brian Strand. And the first pitch to him. He swings, and he took a couple of steps up in the batter's box, and he skies one out into right field. And the catch is made by Greg Rousey, and that's out number one. And now that's the second put out in this game for Rousey. It's the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Ricky Green. And the first pitch to him. Bounced on the plate a little deep. 2 balls and a strike. The next one, he swings and lines one over the glove of George Romo into right center field for a hit. It'll be runners at first and third as Longoria motors into third base, and he's the tying run on a single by Green, and the batter will be Victor Bareilles, the third baseman.
And Bareilles on base 3 times in that first game, scoring every time. So, like Longoria, having a good day at the plate.
First pitch to him. Swung on and hit in the air to right center field. Right center fielder comes in. The ball is caught. Nice catch out there by Nathan Garland. It's a sacrifice fly, however, as Longoria comes across to score the first run of the game for the Roughnecks. It is 1-1 on the sacrifice fly. And Ricky Green held first. The batter is now Chris Vargas. The pitcher takes for a ball. And there's a strike called. There is a pop-up on the infield. Shortstop ranging a few steps to his left makes the catch. And the inning is over. That was Tom Barnett. But a run does score for the Roughnecks here in the bottom of the second inning. So our game is tied 1-1 as we go to the top of the third on the Cloud Sports Network.
And our first broadcast, which was the game that was meant to start at 12 o'clock, was the final game in the winner's bracket. And that was, God, it's been so long. That was the Dirty Divas. And so we are now in the loser's bracket. And so we'll tell you how the Austin Fusion got here. In pool play, they beat the Palm Springs Poppers 34-0, and then beat the Dirty Divas of Iowa City 7-6. Once we started the tournament, they beat the Phoenix Demons 11-3, but then lost to those same Dirty Divas 13-2. That ended their run in the winner's bracket. Then through the loser's bracket, they've beaten the Extreme 8-7, the Swingers 14-12, and just beat the Slam 22-9 to be in this game.
Laz Toledo leads off here in the top of the third and hits a pop-up to the second baseman for the first out on the first pitch of the game, of the inning. And that'll bring up Tyler Halverson, the catcher, who wears number 1. Chris Vargas' first pitch to Tyler Halverson is hit slowly to the left side, fielded by the third baseman, comes up throwing. The throw is wide, gets by the first baseman, but there will be no further advancement by Halverson. He reaches. I even think that if the ball hadn't gotten past the first baseman, he likely would have made. So we'll give him a single. It's a strike called. It's a ball and 2 strikes. The next one. Swung on and grounded up the middle, fielded by the shortstop. He'll flip to second. The ball gets by the second baseman. It is backed up by the pitcher, and so he'll reach on a fielder's choice, no out, and it'll be runners at first and second and 1 out for Tim Pruitt.
And I had a spacey moment there trying to give you the recaps. It was the basic pitches from LA in our first game that beat these Dirty Divas from Iowa City.
Tim Pruitt hits one off the pitcher's glove and it's fielded by the shortstop. They get the force out at second. They then throw back to third base, but no play. The runner is safe at third base. Dorman forced at second base. 6-4. Pruitt on at first and at third. 2 outs in the inning, and the batter is Seth Henderson, trying to get that go-ahead run home from third base in the first pitch, and he hits to the first one to the second baseman, who will tag the runner Pruitt, and that ends the inning.
And our sponsor for this half inning is Piranha. The Sin City Classic wants to acknowledge longtime sponsor Piranha Las Vegas. An early supporter, Piranha is Las Vegas' hottest nightclub. Piranha is the home of legendary Vegas performer Hot Chocolate, who along with the rest of the team will make sure you have your best time. Whether it's your first time or your first time in a long time, go to piranhavegas.com. That's piranhavegas, all spelled out, .com for more info.
All right, we go to the third inning. And the leadoff batter will be Alex Goncalves. And the first pitch is a strike called. It's a ball and 2 strikes. There's a ground ball to short. Over to first, 1 out. Tommy Barnett making the play there. And that's out number 1. Here is Sergio Rivera. There's a first pitch swing and another ground ball to short, bobbled by Barnett, but he makes the play at first. Nope, safe. Safe at first.
Try to recover there, but Rivera too fast, or Rivas too fast for that one.
Cepeda will be the batter. And the first pitch is outside for a ball. A ground ball to the shortstop. He throws to second. They get the force. So Rivas is forced at second base. Cepeda is safe at first. And the batter will be Jesse Scott. Jesse Scott, the batter. And he takes the pitch for a strike. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Scott takes the pitch for a ball. It's 3-2. My cell phone has just died.
Oh.
That is significant.
Because you now no longer know the score of the football game.
I no longer am. I'm monitoring a football. There's a foul back. And
so he had a strike on him, so that foul ball was the 3rd strike, so that is the 3rd out of the inning. And as they say in LA, that is a no-run inning.
So our game is still tied at 1.
Our game is still tied at 1, and this time we'll tell you a little bit about how the Roughnecks came to be here. We mentioned a lot of this in the last game. They beat the Denver Flying Squirrels 12-5, and the Shady Pitches 13-4 in pool play. When the tournament started, they beat the Bolt Grizzlies 20-11, and the Fort Lauderdale 13-9, and then lost to their compadres from Los Angeles, the LA Shade, 10-9. So their first game today was what you saw against the Norfolk Gunners if you were watching, and they beat them 11-10 and are now in this game as we march our way through the losers bracket to get somebody ready to play those basic pitches.
The 4, 5, and 6 batters in the ATX Fusion lineup will bat here in the top of the 4th inning in a 1-1 game. And that means that the leadoff batter will be Nathan Garland, who singled in his first appearance and hits a ground ball to third. And over to first, the ball gets by the first baseman, and so he will be safe. Thank you, Roman. He will be safe.
So a good glove on that one, but a little off on the throw, and so safe at first, bringing up Barnett.
And Tommy Barnett hit into a fielder's choice in the first, or rather in the second inning, and he takes the first pitch for a strike. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Here's the next one, and he lays off that one. He might have thought about it. It's 2-2. And the next one sails inside, ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the next delivery, he swings and he grounds one to the second baseman. Off his leg, it caroms into shallow right center field, and so everyone is safe. That'll bring up George Romo. Reached on an error in the second inning. Our game is tied at 1, by the way. And here is the first pitch to George Romo. He swings and he lifts one in the air down the right field line, and the catch is... So the catch must have been made, but that's where we kind of lose sight of the ball.
Yep.
And Aaron Hackney, the batter. And the first pitch is a ball inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Here is the next one. He swings and he hits a slow roller to the third baseman. He'll tag the runner coming over and throws back to second base, and they get the out there. They did not get the base runner coming over from third, but they did get the runner out at second, so that's the second out. The play will go 5-4. Hackney is safe at first on the fielder's choice, and the batter will be Greg Rousey.
So first and third with 2 down, tie game 1-1.
There's a line drive hit out into left field, and the ball is down for a base hit. Garland will score. It's 2-1, and runners at first and second now.
And if you're enjoying this exciting game, remember, please tag your friends, tag your family, tag folks that know these players so they can see them playing this competitive softball.
Brian Ritter now.
And you can guide them to
Ball
the
outside, ball 2.
to the Sin City
1.
to the Sin City Facebook page or to the Sin City YouTube channel.
There's a pop-up into shallow left center. Oh, deep left center field. That ball's got some carry to it, and that ball gets down. It went... did it go over the fence?
So I see Kathy Spencer putting up a 2. So I think what we have is a ball that either bounced the fence or went under it, in which case it is a book rule, a Sin City or USA rule double. So they will get 2 bases.
Well, hold on.
So I've actually put 2 fingers up, not an out. The only opinion that matters here in the end is Kathy Spencer's. And there is a new batter coming up. So what we have is the runner, I believe, and the batter gets to second. Hackney was at first, so he will get third.
It's Greg Rousey at third base.
Is that Rousey at third? Okay.
It's Rousey at third, so Hackney
scored and Ritter at
that's
second.
The second run. I have Ritter at second, Rousey at third.
2 in, 2 out, 2 on, and Calixto at the plate.
And he swings and hits one in the air to shallow left field, and the ball drops in for a hit. Rousey scores, and Ritter scores.
And the Roughnecks, after almost getting out of it, now have given up 4 runs to the Fusion in the inning.
And here is Tyler Halverson. And the next pitch to him is hit in the air on the infield, a pop-up to the shortstop, and the out is made, and that ends the inning. 4 runs, though, did score for the Fusion. They take a 5-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the 4th.
So this game is still in the loser's bracket. It will have 50 minutes. After 50 minutes, no new inning will start. We're progressing rapidly through this game. If we get through 7 innings, that would also end the game. And I don't know, I thought that ball bounced just like Kathy Spencer did. I'm no doubt the Roughnecks wanted it to have gone over the fence, in which case it would have been an inning out. But I think that ball dropped, and the appropriate call was the double with all the base runners moving up too.
All right, we go to the bottom of the 4th. Javi Torres to lead off. He takes the first pitch for a ball. And he takes this pitch, and there is a strike called. It's 2-2. Swung on, and there is a ground ball. It's fair, gets by the third baseman down into the left field corner. Torres on his way to second, and he is in for a double. And the batter will be Victor Aramente. No, it will not be Victor Armente. It is Victor Armente, and he hits a fly ball, dropped by the right center fielder, and the runners will be safe at first and third.
So just to keep you up to date on where we are in the tournament, again, this is a loser's bracket game. We are scheduled at this point to do the 3 o'clock game, which, as all of these games, will be running a little bit late. But that game, our next game here on Field 12 that was scheduled to start at 3 p.m. will be the winner of this game versus the Dirty Divas of Iowa City, who you saw in our first broadcast today.
There's a strike called. And the next delivery. There is a fly ball hit out into left center field. Tim Pruitt makes the call, and he drops the ball. So that will allow 1 run to score. Another runner ahead. This is of Curtis third.
And Longoria thought that ball was going to be an easy catch and hung out around the plate a little bit, but still easily makes it to first. Not sure he could have made it to second anyway.
And that'll bring up Brian Strand.
And Strand would be the tying run.
I have nobody out in this inning. Runners at first and second and a run in. And here is the first pitch to him. And that pitch is deep according to Kathy Spencer. So that is ball 2, strike 1. And the next one. There is a fly ball hit out into right field. Catch is made, and a sacrifice fly as the runner comes home to score. That guy wears number 8, and he is one of their subs, but he nevertheless scores, and it's now 5-3.
The Roughnecks have switched some jerseys around. What we have is that 8 is Mendez, and that number has been used as a runner a couple times.
So Strand is out on the fly ball to right field. Here's a fly ball hit out into left center field. Left fielder ranging over to his left makes the catch. The runner at first will hold. It is the second out of the inning, that off the bat of Ricky Green. And that'll bring up Victor Bareilles. He hit a sacrifice fly to right center field in his only other appearance. It drove in Raul Longoria, and they gave their team their first run. Here is a ball that is smacked down the left field line. It falls in for a hit, bobbled momentarily by the left fielder. Runner from second will go to third. There'll be no play. The flow comes into the third baseman, and that allows the runner at first, Barillas, to head into second base, and so it'll be second and third with 2 out. And that'll bring up Chris Vargas, who, if he delivers, could tie this game, which is 5-3 in favor of the ATX Fusion. That first pitch is high.
Vargas, with a couple of hits in the first game, popped out to the shortstop in his first at-bat in the second inning.
And the next one is a ball. And that pitch is a strike. We have runners at second and third. Runner at third is Longoria. The runner at second is Barillas. Pitch to the batter. Swung on and grounded to the second baseman. Fielded by Romo. Plays on to first to Hackney, and that ends the inning. However, 2 runs did score for the LA Roughnecks in the bottom of the 4th inning. They still trail, though, as we go to the top of the 5th. It's the ATX Fusion from Austin, Texas, 5, and the Roughnecks from Los Angeles, Glossa, 3 on the Cloud Sports Network.
And we're going to tell you about another sponsor, and that is USGSN, which is the United States Gay Sports Network, and they invite everyone to come out and play. USGSN is America's only LGBTQ+ sports directory that promotes every league and tournament in the country. If you want to find a league or tournament by and for the LGBTQ+ community and its allies, then head over to USGSN.com. The network currently features over 1,000 LGBTQ+ leagues in over 100 cities, and there are over 40 sports to pick from. So when you're ready, visit USGSN.com and come out and play. Follow and subscribe to @USGSN on all of your favorite social media platforms.
17 minutes, or probably inside of that now, since I heard the time given by Kathy Spencer. Inside of 17 minutes to go. The visiting team is the ATX Fusion, and they have a 5-3 lead over the LA Roughnecks, and they'll go. I'll start this inning with the top of the order. Craig Dorman will be the first batter. He goes after the first pitch and fouls one out of the stands, or rather out of the field, and that's strike 2. Winner of this game advances through the losers bracket. And here is the next one. He swings and lines one to the shortstop. Out number 1 here on the top of the 5th. And that'll bring up Tim Pruitt. He is hit into a double play. He is also hit into a fielder's choice. And the first pitch to Timmy is a strike called. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. The next one, he swings and pops one up in foul territory, and no play made by either the catcher or the third baseman. And so that's the second strike. That's the strikeout on the foul ball. Out number 2, and the batter is Seth Henderson. He is grounded to the pitcher and grounded to the second baseman. Here is the pitch to him. He swings and he hits a pop-up on the infield. Shallow right center field. Right center fielder comes on and makes the catch. That's Javi Torres, and that's a very quick 1-2-3 inning. Three up, 3 down, and we go to the home half of the 5th inning, and our score continues to be the ATX Fusion 5 and the LA Roughnecks 3 here on the Cloud Sports Network.
Okay, and Rich, what I was just sorting out with Roman, who was bringing me some information. There was another game in the winner's bracket. It just wasn't on this field, which is why there was confusion about LA Shade. So what just happened is that the basic pitches just beat the LA Shade, who did in fact beat these Roughnecks earlier. And so the basic pitches are going to be going through to the championship game. And then we will let you know more. Again, the winner of this game stays here to play the Dirty Divas from Iowa City and continue their march up the loser's bracket.
Alex Goncalves will lead off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. His team trails by 2. Brian Ritter's first pitch is hit in the air. Shallow right center field, coming on and not making the play is the right center fielder. The ball drops in for a hit. That ball dropped between the right center fielder, that's Nathan Garland, and the second baseman, George Romo. So it's a leadoff batter, a leadoff single for Goncalves, and that'll bring up the last batter in the batting order, and that's Sergio Rivas, who reached on a throwing error in his previous plate appearance in the 3rd inning. The first pitch to him, he swings and hits a roller to third base. It's bobbled by both the third baseman and the shortstop, and it'll be runners at first and second with nobody out. So the tying runs are on. We go back to the top of the order. Luis Cepeda will be the batter. He has flied to left, and he has hit into a fielder's choice. He's 0 for 2. And the first pitch by Ritter. He swings and hits one in the left center field. Tim Pruitt coming on. The ball falls in for a hit. They'll throw back to the infield, and the bases are going to be loaded. Jesse Scott, the batter, he is singled and he is struck out on the foul ball.
Probably a good play just to take that one base. Took a while to see for sure that the right center fielder wasn't going to make it to that ball, so only able to advance one base.
Remember, in this game, the winner advances and the loser is done for the tournament. Here is the first pitch to Scott. Ball inside. 2 balls and a strike. And the 2-1 is a strike called. It's 2-2. Goncalves at third, Rivas at second, Cepeda at first. And the pitch. Swung on, and there's the bounce foul, and he's out. He out on the foul ball. That's out number 1. Huge. And that'll bring up Javi Torres. He has flied to left center, and he has also doubled. He has scored a run. And the first pitch is very high and so very deep, and that's a ball. It's 2 balls and a strike. The next one, there's a strike called. 2-2. And here is the next one. Swung on and lined past the third baseman's reach, on in the left field. 2 runs are going to score. Goncalves scores and Rivas scores. We are Torres. Victor Armente, the batter. He has flied to right. He has reached on an error in the outfield. He has scored a run. The game is tied at 5 on that 2-run single by Torres. And Brian Ritter's first pitch is a ball outside. One out in the inning. And that pitch is a strike called. It's 2-2. And the 2-2 delivery, swung on, hit out into left field. It should be caught, and it is caught. There'll be a tag by both runners, and they'll move up to second and third on the fly ball by Armente. And Raul Longoria will bat with runners in scoring position and 2 out.
And Longoria's been having a hot day. I believe 2 for 2 in this game, 2 for 2 in a walk in the last game. So hot bat coming to the plate with the winning run on base.
A big moment in this game.
Or let's say go-ahead run. We don't know that we're in the last inning yet. There's still time on the clock.
Right. And the first pitch to him is a ball. And the next delivery is a strike called. It's 2-2.
And first base is open if he wants to pitch around to get to the next batter.
There's a swing and a ground ball off the first baseman, and it is in the right field for a hit, and they will take the lead as both Cepeda and Torres score, and it is now a 4-run inning, and it makes the score 7-5. And on the play, it's a single, 2-run score. Brian Strand, the batter, and he hits a ground ball to second. Romo over to first, and the inning is over. But it was a big inning for the Roughnecks. They scored 4 times, and we go to the top of the 5th. Our new score after 6, after 5 going to the 6, our score is the LA Roughnecks 7 and the ATX Fusion 5 on the Cloud Sports Network.
So another exciting game here, Rich. I think this is the first time we've been to the 6th inning in a while. If you are watching at home, if this is getting excited, let other people know that there's some excitement going on here in the last innings of this game in the losers bracket at the 18th Sin City Classic. Tag some friends to the Sin City Classic Facebook and YouTube sites, and let us know who you're rooting for, and give us any shout-outs to some players that you're hoping will be able to shine here in the last inning or two.
Nate Garland will lead off in the top of the 6th. He has reached twice. He has scored once. His team trails by 2. Ball 1, ball 2. Here's the next delivery. Swung on and hit deep to left field. Left fielder draws the beat on it. No, he doesn't. It's over his head and it goes to the fence. It'll be at least a double. Garland around second. Up, gets the relay throw, throws it back in, but not in time. It's a leadoff triple for Nathan Garland, and that's how the top of the 6th starts. We've seen some bat in this game. The batter will be Tom Barnett. Reached on the fielder's choice single. He has scored a run, and the first pitch is, I don't know whether she said illegal or not, but it bounced on the plate. Nevertheless, it's 2-1. The next one is inside ball 3, 3-1. The on-deck hitter is George Romo. The next one, and that is deep, ball 4. And the lead batters are on for the ATX Fusion.
And that's going to bring the go-ahead run to the plate in the form of George Romo.
George Romo has reached on an error and hit a pop-up to the second baseman. And the first pitch to him is way outside for a ball. It's 2-1. The 2-1. That pitch is a strike called. A little delay there by the umpire, but it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Romo waits for the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, and he hits one in the air to shallow right center field. Right center fielder comes on, makes the catch, and he gets the ball back in. And the sacrifice fly as Nathan Garland scores. It is 7-6. Sacrifice fly and RBI for Romo. On the play, Barnett held at first base. Yes, he did. And Aaron Hackney will be the batter. He is popped to the shortstop and reached and scored a run in the 4-run 4th. First pitch to him is a strike called.
On that last play, Romo took a few steps to make sure that that ball didn't drop, but Garland at third was tagging the whole way.
Here's the next delivery. Swung on and had a ground go to short. Over to second for 1. There'll be a relay throw, but it will not be in time. Two out, and the batter will be Greg Rousey.
Rousey with 2 hits in the game.
He has also scored a run, and the first pitch to him is a ball. The on-deck hitter is Brian Ritter. The next pitch to Rousey popped up. Shallow left field, shortstop ranging to the outfield and makes the catch. And so an inning that started with 2 runners on only produces 1 run. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The score is now the LA Roughnecks 7 and the ATX Fusion 6 on the Cloud Sports Network.
We will try to get you a time check here. I'm guessing if we're going to get to a 7th inning, the Fusion are going to have to get the Roughnecks out rather quickly.
Yes. And they'll have Ricky Green, Victor Bareilles, and Chris Vargas to bat here. I've been told that there are 3 minutes on the clock, so this does not look good for Austin.
It does not look good. 3 minutes are about on the edge of what is possible to get outs, but what you have to do as the pitcher is you have to come out and throw strikes, and your defense has to be solid. And you may very well see a little gamesmanship here. This game has had a pretty fast pace, but you may see some of these Roughnecks hitters stepping out of the batter's box, not necessarily trying to make the inning go any faster than it has to.
Ricky Green leads off, and he goes after the first pitch and hits one into left field for a base hit. One on, nobody out, and the batter will be Victor Bareilles.
And the Fusion probably need a quick double play here, and a couple more hits, and that's probably going to run them out of time to get another inning.
That's right. Bareilles hit a sacrifice fly for an RBI in the second inning. He is also singled.
All right, there are no balks here in softball.
He swings at the first pitch and lines one to the third baseman. The catch is made at third base by Seth Henderson. And that's the first out, and the batter will be the pitcher, Chris Vargas. Popped to the shortstop and grounded to second base, and he takes the first pitch for a strike.
Pitcher doing what he needs to do, putting the ball over the plate.
That's exactly right. There's a fly ball hit out into shallow center field. Ranging to his right and making the catch is the right center fielder, Nathan Garland. That is out number 2. And the batter will be Alex Goncalves. First pitch is a ball. And the next one, he swings and hits one in the air to left center field. Pruitt makes the catch. There'll be a 7th inning.
Impressive defense, impressive pitching to keep that ball over the plate and not walk people under that stressful situation. And honestly, kudos to the Roughnecks. They did not waste a lot of time. They came up to the plate and batted, weren't trying to extend the inning, just decided to play the game. And, it's not wrong to try to delay that time and get that, but it's nice to see people just wanting to keep playing.
Sportsmanship is not overrated.
So going to the top half of the 7th, the Fusions need at least one to keep this game going, and they have the bottom of the order up.
And that means that they will bat Ritter, Kalito, Halverson. And now it really doesn't matter with the time at all, because time will run out probably in this half inning, but the inning will be completed, and then if ATX Fusion ties or takes the lead, then the Roughnecks would get their at bat as well. But we have made it to the 7th inning, and Brian Ritter will lead off. He has grounded back to the pitcher, and he has hit a double. He has scored a run, and there was a line drive into left center field for a base hit. The ball is bobbled out there by the left center fielder, and that will allow Ritter, the tying run, to reach second base.
So a single and a bobble gets Ritter into scoring position, and the go-ahead run at the plate now as Luz Calixto.
Here's Laz. He swings and hits a very slow roller to third base. Third baseman comes up throwing and out at first base. And on the play, Ritter, the tying run, goes to third.
Nice play to get him on that slow roller. Thought he might have a chance to beat that one out.
Goodness, so did I. Tyler Halverson will be the batter. The on-deck batter will be Craig Dorman as they'll swing back to the top of the order.
And by IPS ratings rules, you only get a sacrifice if a run scores, but that is important to move him ahead that base to third.
First pitch to Halverson is a pitch inside for a ball. It's 2 balls and a strike.
And I'm going to tell you, Rich, if I'm coaching this team, I want this ball deep in the air. I want that tying run in.
2 balls and a strike. The next one, he swings and hits a very slow roller back to the pitcher. Pitcher throws to first base and late. It's a base hit, infield single for Halverson. The pitcher, Vargas, came up and he was trying to determine if the runner at third, Ritter, was going to score, but Ritter held his ground and time enough for Halverson to reach first base, and now we have come back to the top of the order. Here's Dorman. He swings and hits a grounder to third. Ritter holds his position there. He crawls back into third base. There is no play anywhere else, and the bases are going to be loaded.
Fusion saying just hit it. Those are a couple of soft hit balls, maybe a little nerves, but they got the job done.
I know who that is. That's Dane Smith, but apparently Ritter came up hurting on that. He just now is getting to his feet. The batter is going to be Timmy Pruitt.
Yeah, it looked like Ritter was going to try to at least shake a little bit, draw the throw, but then got stopped moving back. Good play to get into the base at all and avoid that tag, and it was enough to let the other two runners be safe.
So the bases are loaded. There is one out here in the top of the seventh inning of a 7-6 ball game. Pruitt pops it up. And it's an infield fly. The batter is out. And the batter will be Seth Henderson, and he needs to do something to keep this game going.
Tying run 90 feet away, as it has been for the past three batters.
And the first pitch to Henderson. He swings at a pitch that was too low. He grounds it to the shortstop over to second, and that is the game. They loaded the bases with one out and took no pitches. They hit the first pitch to Pruitt and the first pitch to Henderson, and both made outs, and that ends the ball game. So the ATX Fusion run through this tournament has ended. We congratulate them, and the LA Roughnecks will continue to move on through the losers bracket, and we congratulate them.
And the Roughnecks will be our next game. They will be staying on this field to play the Dirty Divas from Iowa City, who we saw in our very first broadcast today.
So the final score here in this game will be the LA Roughnecks 7 and the ATX Fusion 6. We want to thank you for being with us here this afternoon. Stick around for the next game here on the Cloud Sports Network.